am Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is a Hollywood rising star who describes herself as fun, fearless, and a faithful woman of God. She is a singer, songwriter, motivational speaker, and actress. And you can catch her on the big screen in August, starring alongside Jordan Sparks and the late Whitney Houston in the most anticipated movie of the summer, the remake of the 1970s movie Sparkle. I want you to help me welcome Brely Evans to the show. How you doing, lady?
Oh, I'm amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, Brely, and I just really can't wait to see the movie Sparkle. But before we get into that, I hear that you are a fellow Bay Area homegirl. You're from Oakland?
Absolutely. I sure am. That is my hometown. I am Titan. I went to Skyline. I even started college at Cal State Hayward and finished out here. But yes, I am officially from the Bay Area.
Oh, so you're a true homegirl. Well, praise God. I said, oh my gosh, she's from the Bay, just like me. So that's good to know.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So I hear that you have started out in a girls group. Can you tell me about the girls group, and was the girls group based out of Oakland?
Well, yes. We actually shot our first music video right around Lake Merritt.
Yeah, I got married across the street.
There you go. There you go. I know you know where that is. So the group is called Emage, E-M-A-G-E. It's three of us, Tara Stinson, Micah Montgomery, and myself. And you will see it as Kim Brely Evans because my entire name was used when I was in that group. But we were signed to Polygram Mercury. We toured with the Backstreet Boys and the U.S. tour, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time. We got that record deal walking down the street. We were actually on our way to Festival at the Lake. If anybody's listening from the Bay Area,
okay.
We're walking to the Festival at the Lake, and this guy stops us like, oh my God, you guys are so pretty. Would you like to be in our music video? And we were like, oh no, honey, we're in college. We don't do music videos, that kind of thing. And he's like, no, but you guys really look good. You guys don't sing or model or anything. And two of us, Tara and I, were like, oh yeah, we can sing. And so we ended up, humming a little something to him. He goes, I'm going to get you guys a record deal. And we're like, yeah, right. Who believes that? And literally, that was Dres from Black Sheep, and he actually got us a record deal. It really happened.
Now, you know what's so funny? Let me tell you how small this world is, because you never know who knows who in this world, because I'm glad you mentioned Lake Merritt, because, I got married right across the street at the Scottish Rite, so you know where that is.
Wow, I sure do.
And I'm so glad you mentioned my sweetheart, Micah, because I was her actual foundation teacher at my church.
Wow, look at there. Look at there. The world is caving in on us. In a minute, we're going to find out we're cousins.
I know, that's right. And I remember she told me she had was in a girls group called Emage, and you guys were signed to Polygram. So she told me the whole thing. And that's so funny. What a small world. Didn't even know you knew my little sweetheart right there. So what?
Absolutely.
So whatever. Okay, now you got to tell me. So whatever happened to the group? Because from the group, you ended up going into acting. So I want to know, how did you make that transition?
Yes. So, well, first off, because we mentioned Micah, I have to give both Tara and Micah birthday shouts out. Yesterday was Tara's birthday, and Micah's birthday is coming up April 3rd. So I just want to say I love you guys and happy birthday. All right, so side note, once the group was kind of dissolving, we decided everybody were looking towards, they're in our early 20s, and they were looking to get married, and I still had that burning for entertainment. So I said, you guys go on and get married. The both of them got married,
yep.
And I moved to Los Angeles because I wasn't finished with this entertainment, and I don't think they were finished. It's just that they wanted to do the family thing. I wasn't there yet. So I moved to L.A. and finished school first, which was at Cal State Los Angeles, graduated with a marketing degree there. And then I was working in some studios, writing songs and singing background for people. One of my neighbor asked me, I saw my neighbor coming out of his house, and I was so excited to see him because I was like, oh, my God, I saw you on TV. You were biting the Big Mac. He was like, why are you so excited, And I was like, well, because it's incredible, like you're on TV. And he was like, well, aren't you? Every time I see you coming and going, I'm like, oh my gosh, what show is that girl on? And I'm like, really? I'm like, no. He's like, but I see you with your makeup done, your hair. And I said, oh, no, I'm a singer. I'm going places to sing, you know. And he's like, no, hon, you're an actress. And I was like, no, I'm a singer. He stopped me and said, I'm telling you, now I don't really even know this neighbor like that, but he said, I'm going to introduce you to my agent. He took me into the agent's office. We walked in. She said, you have been wasting your time and my money. Let's put you out there. And I promise you, it has been a roller coaster ever since.
I love that story. You've been wasting your time and my money. So let's get to work.
Yes.
Wow, what
Let's go.
Fantastic story. So I know that you were in one of the most memorable commercials that I can remember. Now, my mom and I, we were just talking about this because we eat Twix candy bars, right? And we were eating them in the office.
I'm very
God is my witness. No, let me tell you, I didn't even know you were the Twix girl because that's been our candy bar for years. And then when I was reading your bio, I said, she's a Twix girl because that's the only commercial I really remember besides You Deserve a Break Today. But and it's so, I didn't even realize that commercial was 4 years old. It seems like it's so fresh. I had to go back and play it again, girl, because that was so funny. So
I love it. And can I just tell you that was my first introduction to television.
Really?
Absolutely. Once I met with the agent, she sent me out and she told me to play a numbers game. Excuse me. She said, play a numbers game. See how many no's you get before you get a yes. So I was like, that's weird, but okay, I'll play this little game. So here I am going on all the auditions she's sending me on. Well, guess what? Number 10 happened to be Pookie Pie. Does my butt look big in these? Chew it over. Need a moment with Twix? Yes. That was the number 10 audition. I landed my first national and international. It actually went international commercial.
That was a really
very
commercial.
First introduction.
And I
love it.
He better not answer that question either because nobody want to answer that question.
Right. You see him, he stuffed his mouth. He knew what to do.
Yes, he did. That's right. That's right. Baby, you look good.
Right.
And so you also work with Queen Latifah. You got a wonderful break working with Queen Latifah in her movie Just Right. So how did that role come along?
Well, my girlfriend, I was doing a lot of commercials at the time. And, of course, I wanted to expand my career into film and television. And one of my best girlfriends said, you know what, Brely, you are a star. And the only reason why you are not a star to everyone else who doesn't know you is because they just don't know you're alive. So let's produce a web series and have you star in it. Like, she had it all planned out, and she's a star in her own right. Her name is Jeanette Jenkins. She's a celebrity Hollywood trainer.
Wow. She
trains celebrities. And she just was like, okay, we're going to get a camera. We're going to write up some skits. I mean, she just had this thing marked out in her brain. I was just rolling with it. And literally, we turned that camera on. I did Brelance. I did 80s Babies. If you go to my YouTube or even my website, better yet, BrelyEvans.com.
Brely, let me stop you. I did, and I was cracking up. Me and my daughter, you are a hoot. If you have not been to her YouTube page, she will have you cracking up, especially when you were in the dance studio with that gold girl and you was trying to break dance.
Yeah, that was in the 80s, baby. That was an 80s, baby.
That is hilarious.
I was doing breakdancing. Hilarious. So we just did those few things, and we didn't go viral, which is like when things hit millions of hits on YouTube type thing. But there were only like a few hundred hits or something. And it was obviously the right people who saw those. And my phone rang with, hello, I'd like to give you an opportunity to be in the movie Just Right.
Wow. But let me tell you.
Absolutely. I mean,
I was going to tell you, you did something, when I was reading your bio, you did something which I always tell people, one of my favorite songs, although I know I'm a Christian, I play gospel music, but one of my favorite songs is by Emage. Lose yourself, because how you got to lose yourself in the moment. You own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss this chance to blow.
Yes.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You took a one-liner and you made that thing a supporting role. Tell us about that. You took your one shot. Can you tell us about that in the movie?
Say it again?
I said, tell us about that in the movie.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I treated that one line. Now, in the very beginning of the movie, the credits are still rolling. That's when I get to say this one line to Queen Latifah. I'm her coworker, best friend at work. My name is Coworker One. You know, obviously they don't say that in the movie, but that's on the back end. That's what my name was. And I have to say, what you going to wear to your hot date tonight? And we look at each other and go black, you know. And I took that one line, and I promise you, I treated it as if I would be up for an Oscar because of it. I have, you know, my many coaches who have coached me. Chip Fields was, you know, after I got into it, I was able to go along and get acting classes from Chip Fields, Tasha Smith. Everyone knows and loves her from the Tyler Perry movies. And I treated that one line. I did everything they told me I was supposed to do. I probably did too much. I mean, it was one line. I mean, how many times can you rehearse? What you gonna wear tonight? Black. You know? But I treated it as if I was gonna go and just, you know, this was my time to shine. So once I got to New York and I was on set, I was so amazed at how many people were employed by me getting able to, you know, I'm able to say this one line. But look at hundreds of people are employed for this movie to make this movie happen. I was just overwhelmed. But the point is, I really took that one line very serious, and I had fun with it. And then I leaned over to Queen Latifah and I said, do you mind, can I switch the lineup? Because we had to, you know, you do a lot of takes. And so I said, can I switch the lineup? She said, honey, that's how you got here. Do you, boo-boo? Quote, unquote. And I said, okay. I started to say, what are you wearing to the extravaganza? You know what I'm saying? I just started giving it to Brely. And the director loved it. So now, Hamry, I thank you so much for giving me an opportunity and chance. I did my one line, went back to my trailer. Next thing I know, knocked on the trailer door, and it was someone handing me a revised script that my name was now Sabrina Giller. I was going to be on set all week. I was supposed to be there one day. He said, you're going to be here all week to the wrap of the movie. Your name is Sabrina Giller. Please learn these lines and be ready in an hour. I want y'all to know, I like to tore up that trailer. I went into full praise. I was like, okay, Lord, you playing. Okay, are you serious? Went to full praise. Was able to do 4 scenes. I even made it to the blooper reel. For those of you who have the DVD, check the blooper reel out.
Wow. And people don't realize this. You have to take those moments because you may not remember. I'm not sure how old you are, but years ago, I never forget, I did the movie The Principal, which we did in Oakland. And
wow, I remember the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So people don't even remember when I was on the set. I was just there as an extra. But I'm gonna tell you, I was like you. I was like, you know, I'm gonna get a role in this. I'm gonna treat this extra part as if I'm gonna win an Oscar. And before you knew it, I was sitting upstairs, and they came upstairs, and I was just nice to everybody, you know, the cast. And they came upstairs with the script and said, we want you to say these lines, and that's how I got my first role in my first movie. And are
you kidding me? See, I love it. I love it.
And that's how I got my first role. I was faithful every day. I was on the movie set for 3 months. They liked me. They kept asking me to come back every single day. And then before you know it, they handed me the script. I didn't even ask them about it. And I had got the script. And literally when you say you screamed, I didn't even know I can jump that high. I believe it. Yes, I was just so excited, and I was just so thankful and just so grateful. And so that's why you only get one shot. So do not miss this chance to blow. An opportunity can only come once in a lifetime. And you took it and you made it your own. And if people can really, really get that, because you may not ever get a second chance to make a first impression.
And can I say this? Can I say this? What you just confirm for me right now and telling your story, and hopefully everyone listening will take a hold of that. We just told you about 2 things that we did. A few, exactly, maybe 3. I can put it in 3 bullet points. 3 things that we did that caused us to get more than what we were even, you know, offered in the beginning. We took the role seriously, and we took the role seriously and gave it more than probably what was called of us. Number 2, we went into full praise. Number three, we showed up and we did the work. So I just want everyone listening to know, if you have a dream and there's something that you want to do, you need to put these principles into action. It works. It works. You just have to be ready so that if you prepare now, when the moment that opportunity comes, it has to equal success. We just gave you 2 examples of the same formula.
That's it.
Because people are running around here like, Brely, how are you doing this? Oh, my God, you're getting so blessed right now. And I'm like, line yourself up in the blessing line. Get right in. Sometimes we live a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. But if you get right in line and line your life up behind the scenes when nobody's looking, it can happen.
That's right. And it can. And that's why your testimony to me was such a great testimony. So how did you enjoy working with Queen Latifah in Common?
Oh, that's my big sister now, first of all. She affectionately calls me baby sis. So that is my big sister. And Common, love him. I'll give you a short little story about him. We had some rap parties here in L.A. For the movie. So now we're back from New York. We're in L.A. I'm walking up to one of the rap parties. He's on the red carpet interviewing. I get close enough to hear him say, "Oh, my goodness, here comes the star of the movie now." I look behind me looking for Queen Latifah. He's talking about me, and all the cameras come my way. And he's like, "Come on, Brely, come get this interview." That's who he is. That says so much about his character. He wanted to shine some light on me. And if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see pictures from that night of us on the red carpet. He's just hugging me tight and looking at me, smiling, like, kind of giving me the pat on the back and the ushering me into this industry. They're just amazing. And Paula Patton, I can't leave her out. She's another big sister of mine. Love Paula, and Robin Thicke, too. They are just my family.
Oh, that is really nice. And I'm glad you came away with some great memories. And not just that, but you came away with friends for life, which I think is extra special. You have a wonderful testimony about how you faced some obstacles when you fell back into some old habits and routines because you had stopped reading your Bible and you noticed things began to dry up. Can you tell us about that? And then what happened when you got back on track?
That story is so incredible because when you're in the thick of it, you don't realize what's going on. So after finishing Just Right, I got home. My phone. Oh, and I regret to mention, I only had a commercial agent. I was not represented theatrically or with a manager. So all of this was heaven sent. This is all being managed by what I like to say. I'm managed by JC. Yes.
There you go.
So I'm not managed yet. So there's no one in the wings doing work for me. My phone rings when I get back to Los Angeles. It is Flavor Unit. And Flavor Unit is Queen Latifah's management company that she owns, and her partner is Shakim. I get a call, and they say, "We love how you conducted yourself on set. We love how you were free. Your acting was superb. We have a role for you in the movie Cookout 2. Can you be in Miami in 2 days?" Mm-hmm. My luggage was still in the living room from Just Right. I zipped that thing up and got on the plane. So there I went. I went to Miami, shot Cookout 2 with the wonderful Charlie Murphy and Faison Love, had a blast with those guys on set. Came back to L.A. My phone rang again. I like to say again. It was a pastor from the Boston area who said, "You auditioned about 9 months ago for a gospel stage play called Torn Between the Two with Shirley Murdoch as the mother. And we have cast you in the role as her daughter, Shantae Campbell. Can you be in Boston in 2 weeks?" Yes. So here we go. I'm off again. I come back from that. And after having such a resounding moment of success, I was just caught up in the moment, just like, oh my, this is all going, money's flowing, things are going great. I'm here, I'm there, I'm all over the country, having a blast. And I just find myself, I go through some turmoil with, the whole mortgage thing, the housing market fails, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's that? And things are kind of going crazy, and the phone's not ringing, but all the while I'm interviewing, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do for my acting, but I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do spiritually. And so I end up looking around, oh, the phone isn't ringing anymore. So what do I know to do? I have a degree. Let me go get a job. I went and applied for that 9 to 5. And any artist listening, know 9 to 5 is like kryptonite to our ears. We're like, oh, I can't take it. So I went and got this 9 to 5 job, was able to, bring myself current with all of my bills. Everything is being paid on time. Life is good. I can't complain. I'm giving my time, returning my tithe. I'm giving my offerings. We're kind of scooting along. And then the job offers me the opportunity to work on Sundays. Oh, more money. Yes, I'll take it. So now I'm no longer going to church. Slowly stopped reading my Bible. Haven't heard from, just kind of living life, mundane, 9 to 5. All of a sudden, my coworkers are clapping, coming over to my desk. And I'm like, it's not my birthday, you guys. I'm born in December. This is September. And they are like, no, congratulations. You've been here 1 year. And I was stuck.
Wow.
In that moment. I was it's like someone took a knife and just stabbed me, because I was like, oh, what they just said translated was, you have not used your gift in 1 year.
Wow.
And I said, you mean to tell me God gave me a voice? I've had a record deal. God have allowed me to find my talent in acting. I've been in a movie stage play, 2 movie stage plays, and I have been sitting behind a desk for a year. I have buried my gifts. And if we all know the story, I was like, oh, not me. I don't want you to take away from me. So I immediately so that was September 24th, September 25th, the very next day, called up some prayer partners, was looking at, trying to, like my church, I found out they had a 7 o'clock service, and because I didn't have to be at work till 9, I didn't quit the job right away, but I started going to that 7 o'clock service, putting my church finger up so I can get out of there and go to work on time. I start watching Creflo Dollar every morning. I mean, I was into my word again, strong. I was like, I had to tell the gentleman, I love you guys. I'm single and stuff, but don't call me right now. It's not your time. I really can't say I would love to go on a date, but really right now I have to focus. And I really went in and I got serious with God, and I said, Lord, if you give me my career back, I will speak for you. I will live for you. I will do this thing. If you would just stand in my body, speak with my mouth, think with my mind, I will do it. October 3rd, my phone rang. Hi, Brely. We have an appointment for you at the lot of Sony Pictures for the movie Sparkle. Wow. Can you be there for this meeting? Absolutely. And guess what? The meeting fell on my off day. And I was thanking God for that. Well, look, because before I actually missed an opportunity to be in the movie, what is it called? With Queen Latifah. She had her and Dolly Parton did Joyful Noise. I actually had an audition for that movie and could not leave work. And I was too scared to leave work because I knew that if I left early, I'd get in trouble. So I missed that opportunity. And God would have it that one obviously was not for me, but went to Sparkle, and now we're talking about it's coming out.
Now look at what God has done when you got yourself back on track, when you aligned yourself with the Lord. So you got yourself
Absolutely.
back on track. He opened up the door. You're keeping your promise. You're testifying of the Lord. If you are just tuning in, we're talking to Brely Evans. She's one of the co-stars of the new movie Sparkle, starring Jordan Sparks and the late Whitney Houston. Now tell us about your character in the movie Sparkle.
I play the role of Toon Ann. She is the best friend to Sparkle, which is played by Jordan Sparks. I had a blast on that set. Oh, my goodness. So Toon Ann is everybody's best friend. She is Jordan's best friend. She will hold secrets. She won't tell her mother until her mother threatens to whip her. She's like, oh, Sparkle is down there singing at that juke joint. But she's a really good girl, a church girl. At the core, she sings in the choir with Sparkle, and they're just best friends, and they're doing what girls do at church and at home and Bible study. So you'll get to see some fun moments with me playing the role of Toon Ann, and the wonderful Tamala Mann from Meet the Browns. We all know her lovely voice. She plays my mother.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, okay. And then also in the movie, you also have Mike Epps, CeeLo, Carmine Joko. You have Derek Luke. What a great cast. And Tinka Sumter. What a great
Sumner.
cast. Yes. Now, how is a remake? Is it kind of like the same as the original movie? Have you seen the original movie?
Yes, I did do my research. I saw the original movie. It is loosely based on that same story. However, it is set in the 60s this time. And it is also in the city of Detroit this time, whereas before it was Harlem.
Correct. Okay. How was it working
So
with
there
Jordan?
are some differences.
Okay, yeah, because especially being in Detroit and Harlem, because Sparkle was one of my favorite movies. I knew all the lines in Sparkle and all the songs. So I can't wait to see the remake. So I want to see, the differences, of course, because we're in a different decade now. We're in the 2000s, but I can't wait to see it. So how was it working with Jordan Sparks?
I love Jordan. We really spent some time together as best friends, so we got a chance to really make our characters come alive and really have an authentic friendship. We still talk today. Love her dearly. I couldn't believe this was like one of her first movies because the girl can act. She was authentic in her moments. And the camera loves her. She's gorgeous. So it was amazing to work with her.
And what was it like meeting and working with the late Whitney Houston? What an opportunity to be able to have. Tell us about that, especially when you first met her. What was that like for you?
A little girl from Oakland who used to hold a brush and sing, "How will I know that he really loved me?" is now standing, looking at the lips of a mega, iconic, legendary superstar, form her lips to say, "Come here, niece. Brely, come over here. Sing this." Ooh. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm singing with Whitney Houston. She's teaching me. I said, "Will you teach me a run a day?" She said, "Yes, I will teach you a run a day." And she's like, "I love your tone. You need to be singing. What are you doing? You're just acting. No, you have to use all your gifts. She was such an encouragement to me personally. I couldn't believe that, I felt the least of these amongst, where I was. She took personal time out with me to sit in the lunchroom, eat. "Come on, baby, what we eating today? What they have over there?" Mm-hmm. Now, she did not have to eat in the lunchroom. She did not. She could have had whatever she wanted. But she decided to sit at the 10-person table and chat with all of us and have that camaraderie. She did not her gift did not set her above us at all. She made us feel like family. Everybody was her niece, her nephew, or baby, come here. It was a family atmosphere. She encouraged me to, I really kind of, since the acting has just really taken off, singing is kind of curtailed a little bit. I kind of use it in my acting, as you know, and Just Right. But I haven't really been looking forward to putting out a project or anything like that. She has encouraged me to do so. She was like, "No, you have to use it. You have to do it." And now I am doing it because that final word from her to me was, "You must use all of your gifts." So here I am now working on a Christmas project that you guys will all get to hear this next Christmas season.
Would you say that was the best advice that she's ever given you?
Absolutely. I mean, just for her to even take any amount of time with me, like I said, amongst the Derek Lukes and the Jordan Sparks and everybody, Tika Sumner, I felt like I was the least of these. And she took time with me. I just was amazed that she would do that. Every morning us playing gospel music, and it was such a spiritual, and being amongst so many Christians on one set, I was like, oh, this don't have a choice but to hit in the box office because it's so much. I mean, the angels were dancing. We were having a ball on that set in the name of Jesus. Like, it was so amazing. Like, you just have no idea. It was so amazing.
What would you say would be the fondest memory that you would take away from working on that set with Whitney Houston?
My fondest memory would be the moment we were doing a church scene and cameras are rolling, the music is there, Whitney's about to do her big solo. And we weren't going to be in the shot, but we said, we're going to come and sit in the pews with the extras so that we can support you and watch you sing. And so we're there, and she begins to sing, and my skin just, when your skin just tightens up on you, and and I just can't, but I'm like, her voice is just like velvet. It just rolls off her tongue. She literally stopped singing, and she's like, wait a minute, hold it, stop, cut the camera. And we're like, well, why? What are you doing? I need you guys, and she was talking to all of us, and the extras too, because we had the church packed. She said, you are not here to hear Whitney sing. This is a movie that we're shooting, yes, but we are in the house of the Lord, and I am being used by the King in this moment. So I need you to get your focus off Whitney Houston and on to God. When I tell you she did a mini sermon, and the director felt that wave of the Holy Spirit come through that church, he must have looked at that cameraman and said, hit play. And that music started. She started her song again. And when I say we were slayed when she got finished, done. I'll never forget it. I am so blessed to have had a moment to share with Whitney Houston in my lifetime that will go down in history.
Now, with you meeting Whitney, having all these wonderful memories, what were you doing when you found out that Whitney had passed away? What was your reaction? Where were you?
I was at a rehearsal. I was at a rehearsal for Color Purple, and we had a break. I walked out to my car, checked my phone, and I had 15,000 text messages, and my phone was literally ringing in my hand. And I was like, you guys, rumors, whatever. I'm at rehearsal. Okay, I got to go. And hung up with that person. My phone rang again. And it was someone who was official, and I was just, I had no words. I went into rehearsal. I told everybody, and I said, I have to go. I went home. I was supposed to go out to the Grammy parties that night, and I was stuck at home. I could not. I turned on CNN, and my god sister Tara, actually from the group, came over, and she sat with me, and my mouth was on the floor. I had no words. I just didn't understand what they were saying. It just didn't make sense. Like, how could this be? It just didn't make sense.
Wow. Did you attend the funeral?
No, I did not. I was here in L.A. I watched as much as I could on television. I didn't watch it all, and I just, I'm still in awe and in shock. However, I do believe that God knows what he's doing, even when we think he doesn't. And, for whatever reason, he has the master plan, and I trust that he's doing everything perfect and in order.
Amen. Yes, he does. Now, here, R. Kelly penned the soundtrack. What can we expect from this soundtrack?
This will be a soundtrack that everyone will, how record stores have kind of are obsolete right now.
Right. People
are going to be looking for record stores so they can go pick up this CD. They're like, oh my goodness, the songs are incredible. I believe we're going to be on the R&B charts with these songs because Jordan is singing R&B like never before, and the songs are so incredible. They are songs from that time period, but that R. Kelly has a gift, and when I tell you he didn't spare anything with it, the songs are so amazing. I can't wait for you guys to hear them. Everyone's going to buy this soundtrack. I promise you that this soundtrack songs are going to end up on the radio.
Wow. Oh, that's good. That is really good. Because, of course, we know The Bodyguard did. And look what that did for Whitney Houston. And so I'm sure, because R. Kelly's a great writer. He's a great writer. You got great singers in the movie. Can't wait to see it. August the 17th. I'm really excited. But I want to talk about you because you are a motivational speaker, empowering people to live by your gift. What does that mean?
To live by your gift. God has given us all a measure of talent of some sort. And I tell people, everybody doesn't want to be in front of the cameras. I get that. Somebody cleans house very well and loves to do it. Somebody washes cars very well and loves to do it. Somebody, everything that you can possibly think of, there is someone in the world who's just like, I could do this for hours and I forget what time it is. I forget to eat. I just lose myself because it gives me such joy. That's what the world calls your passion. And so once I help people identify that thing, and then once we get that identified, we go through steps as to how to live by it, meaning how can I feed my family by using my gift? Because that is, I'm trying to decrease the stress levels across the world, really, because I feel like if we all are living by our gifts, your stress level it's so low. You would do it for free, and that's what I tell people. I would, in the beginning, you know how many times I sang places for free? You know how many acting jobs I did for free? Because the money, it didn't matter because it just gave me such joy to do it. Now, if we can translate that into doing it, the checks will catch up to your talent and to what you've already given. Because I'm there. I'm a testament to say, once you give that thing away for free for so long, something happens. And I mean to tell you, the checks catch up, then surpass what you've already put in. So I encourage everybody, find it, live by your gift.
I like what you said. The checks catch up to what you already put in. That was a nugget today. If anybody's listening, and if you're volunteering, if you're working for free, but you're giving your time and you're giving your talents, Brely just said your checks is going to catch up. So keep doing what you're doing. So just be faithful
Absolutely.
in what you're doing and what God has called you to do, because the checks are going to catch up. Girl, that was a nugget for today. That was great.
I love it. It's the truth. It's the truth.
That was a nugget. Now, you were in the Play the Color Purple. Are you still in the Play the Color Purple?
I am not. The Color Purple, once that whole thing happened, well, we had to move on, and I was able to, at the time, work with Mr. David E. Talbert in the wonderful stage play Suddenly Single. I am amongst some heavyweights there. Miss B.B. Drake, Red Tails, Mr. Marcus Polk, Isaiah Washington. You guys remember him on Grey's Anatomy. He's
yes.
a huge actor. And the lovely Garcelle Beauvais, who played Fancy on the Jamie Foxx show. Absolutely. So I was able to, that stage play was turning down, it was, kind of turning slowly, and then I was able to move on to this project.
Well, that is great. God has really opened up so many doors for you. But before we go, because you are a young woman and as a born-again Christian, and how do you stay grounded, number one, in Hollywood? And what advice would you give a person who is a Christian, loves the Lord, want to go to Hollywood and become a star, which is okay because God uses us in those venues. But what advice would you give them to stay grounded while they're doing it?
I would tell you, do not do what I just told you about. Do not stray away from your word. Find yourself, get to Hollywood. Find yourself a church home. Find yourself some prayer partners. Surround yourself with your sisters and brothers in Christ, A. B, become a disciple. Decide that everything you know about God, you're going to be willing to share at any given moment, wherever you are, and use your gift while you're doing it. Once you do those things, stay in line, living according to the word, you're not going to have a problem with treading the waters of Hollywood. It is a wonderful, wonderful platform for those of us who love the Lord because we have the world watching us. We're able to tell them about God, able to show them how you can live the most fulfilled life and have everything you want and some by living kingdom living. That would be my advice.
That was good. That was beautiful. Again, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And everyone can catch Sparkle in theaters August the 17th. It is going to be a summer blockbuster, I know, like we've never seen before. Again, Brely, if people wanted to find out more about you, can they follow you on Twitter, on Facebook? Do you have a website? Give us some information.
Please follow me on Twitter. I love all my tweethearts at Brely Evans, BRELY EVANS. Also, follow me on Facebook. You can click my like page, my friend page. There's like 3 pages. Just click them all. It's fine. I love questions about the industry. Any questions about living your dreams or making sure that any questions that I could ever answer for any of you, I love post them up on my Facebook wall so that I can answer them publicly so other people can also, be informed. I'm there for you all. The people cannot no longer say they're not supported because I am definitely taking some time out for anyone who shows up there and needs me. Please visit my website. It is BrelyEvans.com. If you Google Brely Evans, you'll get everything you need.
Just Google me. That's all. Just Google me.
Yeah, Google me, boo. Just Google me. Mm-hmm.
Well, it was such a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Lady Charmaine, it has been my pleasure. Thank you so much for having a forum where us artists can come and tell the world about what we're doing and do that amongst our, amongst the listeners. I just love all of you. Thank you so much for your support. And again, I will be calling you guys back when I have some music for you to hear.
All right now. That's good. Thank you.
Yes, yes.